Welcome, welcome, guys. We're excited to be here. Hopefully, you guys have had a great kickoff week. I know we are midweek. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I feel like time's just blowing past us. Feel like we barely just celebrated 2025 and somehow we are in March of 2026. So we're definitely excited to be here with everyone as you guys are hopping on. If you didn't drop where you're dialing in from, let us know in the comment section so we know all the areas of the market that Ollie Life is impacting. So we are going to give it 30 more seconds. Okay, let me just get everybody in. And guys, I will tell you, we are going to kick off with an exciting announcement about what is going to happen at the summer convention. And some of you guys already know there's some incredible promotions that will happen from our upline that are very generous and kind. And you guys can tell if you've been a part of the organization and you've experienced them, they truly do show their generosity through not just the promotions that they throw for our team specifically, but the time and how often they're traveling to America. Because if you guys don't know, our sponsor and their upline lineage, they all come from Asia. So they make the time to trek to the other side of the world, go into jet lag, train, spend time, and hang out with everyone as often as they can. And I can tell you that that is something that Tuan and I don't always experience in this industry. I mean, we've had great uplines, but we never really had uplines that were so hands-on with us. So we're definitely excited and we appreciate them being here, especially Paul's on the line. He's going to actually be able to hint to you guys some hints about the promotion that the company's doing. But we are now past 2 minutes of the top of the hour. So we're going to go ahead and kick off this call by announcing to you guys the special guest speaker, keynote speaker that will be coming to our summer convention. And I want to set this up properly before Tuan actually shares with you who is coming out there and why this specific guest speaker was so important to Tuan and I. And actually, it was someone that I've been following. Many of you guys may know who this person is when we announce who this person is, but I've been following him specifically 4 years ago because he started becoming more public about his journey towards spirituality, holistic health, and really transforming his life in a direction that his persona is not known for. So when we go to announce to you guys this gentleman, here's the exciting thing that OlyNation is doing for him. This is going to be his first time stepping into a role for public speaking in a manner that he will get to share the good, bad, and ugly of his journey where all the odds were stacked against him to fail, but he went and rose to the top, won awards for what they've been able to do, but more importantly, never compromised his integrity to do so. And this is really important because when you guys understand, if you guys are like Tuan and I mean, I'm sorry to say, but we don't really follow celebrities. They're not that big of a deal in our head because we're just all people, right? Regardless if you're famous, known, or whatever, we're all people that put our pants on, one foot into the one leg and the other foot, right? So that's kind of how we view them. But why was this so exciting for us to book him? Because two things, like I said, this is going to be his entry point into public speaking where he finally gets to share his story in a way that isn't covered by his public persona. But more importantly, he is utilizing our product because when he was asking about our company, him and his manager were so excited about the devices that we literally went to their market in order for them to get the product. And we're super excited. They're going to be able to share their testimonials on it. But I can tell you guys that this is just an exciting time and it creates exposure in a part of Hollywood that doesn't necessarily focus on this. It's actually, we're attracting a portion of Hollywood that is into holistic health, that is into spirituality, that is into not buying into the demonic ways of what is being promoted. So I just want you guys to know, with that being said, Tuan is actually going to go ahead and play a video for you guys to actually introduce to you who this guest speaker will be at the OlyNation convention that is happening June 26th and June 27th in Anaheim, California.
All right.
Let me let's trade sites.
Let me go ahead and
Yeah.
cue it up for everybody.
In 1983, seven-year-old Brian McCain was one of the dozens of missing children whose pictures were shown at the end of the made-for-TV movie about Adam Walsh.
Byron abducted us. Byron McCain was his name. He took me and my sisters. He got us in the car and he drove away. And we never turned around. He told us our mother was dead. He told us our grandmother was dead. He told me to go upstairs and to take a bath. With somebody's son. The kid had to be 11, 12 years old. And we went upstairs to take a bath, and when we went in that bathroom, the kid told me things that no other kid should tell another kid. No other kid should ask another kid to do. You don't inquire about a child's private parts. You don't ask a child to touch his private parts. You don't ask things like that. So I bottled that up inside, and I kept that up inside, and I never told nobody.
But he didn't know what a refrigerator looked like inside. He didn't know what a telephone was. He had never used a telephone.
Where we lived became a dope house, and I immediately learned the trade of selling dope.
Brian took the name Busy Bone. Together, they became brothers in song and in life as the mega rap group Bone, Thugs, and Harmony.
And the winner is
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Crossroads, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Misconception about me is that I'm a lunatic, or that I'm crazy, or there's something wrong with me, or that I'm an alcoholic, or I do drugs. So it's a lot of misconceptions about me, but whatever.
Don't Jesus make you feel good? Don't Jesus make you feel good?
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Let it go, or it's gonna torment you for the rest of your life. Tell that demon to leave.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's yours truly, Busy Bone, Bone Thugs in Harmony. I want to give a special thank you to Twan and Van for their invitation to the OlyNation Summer Convention. It's where I get to share my ups and downs and my journeys in life and the positive things that I was able to do with my life and hopefully give someone some inspiration. I've done Make-A-Wish Foundation and various other charity things. So by this being, an official speaking event, one of my first, I'm looking forward to it. So I see you there.
All right, you guys. First of all,
Who knows Bone Thugs and Harmony? Some of you guys may not know who they are, but who knows Bone Thugs and Harmony?
guys, honestly, Van and I, we've known about this for quite some time, getting this set up. And guys, if you don't know who they are, they Grammy Award winners.
The famous song, Crossroads.
Yeah, they're huge, very successful, well-known 90s artists. And guys, there's a lot of amazing things happening, and there's so much that we want to share with you in regards to Busy Bone and his excitement behind the technology and the frequency and stuff. But we're gonna say that for another time. But we'll tell you guys this: this is gonna be huge because we've had lots of discussion between. Well, we gotta limit the amount of things we can say, but we can tell you this is that this event is gonna be massive. Okay. If you don't know all the details, Van mentioned too early, because we know that many guys are very new. This is going to be June 26th, June 27th. It's the OlyNation Summer Convention. We have all the top earners inside OlyNation will be featured there. The team is actually very, very new. We're basically a year as a whole team, but definitely there's a lot of success stories that has come out of OlyNation. So we'll be featuring all the rising stars at OlyNation Summer Convention. But we're gonna have Byron McCain, also known as Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. He's gonna be the keynote speaker, and lots of amazing, amazing treats that's gonna come out of this. So I'll have Van share a little bit more details behind this collaboration between Busy Bone and OlyNation.
Yeah, and some of you guys, I know a lot of you guys know who Bone Thugs and Harmony is, and some of you guys are sitting here going, I have no idea who he is. Guys, we're referring to him as Byron McCain because obviously Busy Bone is his alias with his famous rap group that he was a part of. But why is it so important to have him there specifically? Because guys, beyond him being a famous rapper and coming up with some of the biggest jams in the late 90s and early 2000s, is that he has an incredible testimonial to life. When he was younger, he was kidnapped by his sister's father. He was led to believe that all of his maternal parents, like his mom and grandmother, were dead. They finally found him due to his image appearing on America's Most Wanted. And then when he was brought into a what is it called? The transition home, his mom, aka mom, foster home, she said he didn't know what the inside of a refrigerator looked like. He didn't know how to use a phone. He wasn't educated. And then he actually moved back to his neighborhood and started dealing drugs as a way to make money. And then he became Busy Bone and a part of his rap group and became famous and became widely known all around the world. But one thing that we were so inspired when we were getting in place to actually book him as the speaker is that he told us straight up that if all the things that he's been exposed to just being a part of Hollywood, he never compromised his belief, his values, and especially his belief in Jesus. And he took this journey of going towards health and wellness, holistic healing, and really focuses on internalizing all of the things that are good for our body to go towards natural healing. And so, why is that so important to hear those stories? Because how many times do you guys give up thinking like, man, this is hard. I don't think I'm meant for it, right? And it's always great to hear someone not necessarily excited to hear that they went through challenges, but it makes you feel like you're not alone in the journey. And so this is why we really wanted to have Busy Bone, aka Brian McCain, speak at our very first event. He's really excited to meet everyone. And he's actually really excited to learn more about the opportunity itself, guys. Because when we were talking about the product, he was excited to use it. He got the G1 and the P90 Plus. Him and his managers are both using the products, and we are excited to see what their results are going to be. And guys, we did tell them that we want a genuine result. We don't want it to be that you have to fake anything. We seriously want to hear what your guys' experience is after you utilize this product. So I think that's the most important thing, guys, is that understand it from a marketing standpoint, is that not only are you able to hear inspiration of someone that had all the odds stacked against him and he chose power, he chose resilience, he chose success. And at the end, when he said, let it go, he doesn't let any of his past experiences get in the way of what he's determined to become. And that is really important for a lot of people to hear. But more importantly, this just creates credibility amongst people that do admire people in Hollywood, just like how you see other network marketing companies, other celebrities that pick up on a product. It's just a great tool to point at and say, hey, this person, they absolutely love the product. And it's just another form of credibility. So, guys, again, the convention is in Anaheim, California. This image will be uploaded. The tickets are currently $199, but we do want to tell you guys that we did ask management with Byron McCain, I'm going to refer to him as that he is willing to do a VIP. And you have to pay for this, guys. So this is not something that Tuan and I are charging for. It's actually with their management group. There will be a VIP. It will be $100, and there's only going to be 100 people that can meet with Byron McCain privately. And you will be able to film a 20-second social media video with Byron McCain if that's what you want to do. It's not forced. It is on the website, olynation.team, and you can go in there, purchase your convention ticket. But also, if you wanted to do the VIP experience with Byron McCain and be able to film it and post it to your social media, you will have to buy a VIP ticket to be a part of that.
Guys, I honestly think that's going to be huge because, you're able to actually have a 20-second clip with him, someone that's again won the Grammys, American Music Award winner, and be able to actually have him actually be able to share and really give huge support to you, Ollie Life, and of course the P90 Plus will be there with him. So it's going to be really exciting. So we try our best to fit everybody in to be able to do that, but you guys know it's impossible. So we asked management what can he do, and they said that we can do 100 people. So the VIP ticket price is $100, and you'll have a private time with him to take pictures, to be able to film.
20 seconds.
Sorry, 20 second of you filming, like what Van mentioned, and we'll have that all lined up so that way when it comes time to the day, you'll have access to doing all of that. Um, the to purchase the ticket, you guys, it is like what Van said, it's 199 right now. You can
For
go to
convention.
for convention, and then the ticket for VIP with Ryan McCain will be available to purchase as well on the website. You can go to OlyNation.team. Van is going to actually type it out inside the chat, or she can show it to you right now. So here, there it is. It's OlyNation.team. All you have to do is scroll down. You're gonna see Summer Convention 2026. Click Learn More, and then Buy Ticket. And right there, you're gonna see convention ticket for 206. It's technically 199, but there's a
Website fee.
there's a website fee that we have no control of. Sorry, guys. And then there is a $100 ticket for the VIP ticket to see Busy Bone. Okay. And so again, guys, there's only 100 tickets available for VIP, and the ticket for the actual general session is 199. But towards the 1st of April, it's going to go up to $219. Okay. So, guys, you got rest of the month to be able to take advantage of this. If you haven't purchased your ticket yet, we highly encourage you. If you're deciding that you want to if you want to be able to take a serious walk through a serious move inside your Ollie Life business, we highly encourage you. We never force anybody, but we highly encourage you to meet us at the Ollie Nation Summer Convention and purchase your ticket now. And we want to give you every reason why you should go, as you can see.
And then the other thing, guys, do not quote us on it. That management said that Busy may
Oh, you gotta tell, you
perform
gotta say why,
because, well, the reason why he was open to the idea of it, if his schedule permits, because we do have an after party on Saturday, best of 90s. We guys, we didn't plan it that way. We just kind of said, hey, let's do 90s party. At the end on Saturday, we're going to be doing a 90s party from 8 p.m. to midnight. Come dressed in your best 90s. But when management heard that we were doing that, he said, hey, if time permits, Busy may perform some of the most popular Bone Thugs songs, and you guys might get a free concert. We don't know. We don't want to promise that, but he said he's going to see how the day goes.
I think we might be saying too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's definitely excited, guys. More than anything, we're excited to have him, but he's excited to be there and meet everyone. He's never ever really experienced network marketing, so he's definitely looking forward to talk to you guys and hear how people are making income by selling these devices. So we're definitely excited, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We've been holding this secret for weeks. And everyone's been asking us, who is it? Who is it? I'm like, can't tell you. The only person that knew was Paul. So we were able to lock them in and get them their devices, and we're excited. So thank you guys for your patience. So we're gonna go ahead and kick into the training.
Yep. So guys, definitely Van and I, we're really excited. As you can tell, it's like we have an idea of like an end goal. You guys can tell we're just like swiping back and forth on a laptop here, right? So we're so excited the fact that everyone's future is really bright. You know, Van and I, we've never seen a company like this before, where when you purchase a one product, you're able to have a business where you don't have to worry about auto ship, you don't have to worry about active status. You are active for life. There's no website fee, there's no subscription fee. Your rank advancement is cumulative, not monthly closes, not weekly closes. Your volume never flushes. Guys, it's unreal, it's unheard of. And we love the fact that our friends, you guys, and the people that we work together with, at the end of every single month, you don't feel like you don't have to like produce, or, you like, hey, if you don't produce, you're going to lose your income type of deal. And at the end of every month, when the month's over, it's like the new month and everyone is still excited because your volume hasn't flushed. You just keep going. And at some point, you're going to rank advance. You're going to get yourself a promotion. You're going to earn another share. And that's the exciting part behind everything. Okay. So, guys, with having said all that, with the summer event that we have in June, the question is, what are you going to do from now to then to actually be able to have the most people at this event? Some of you are brand new and we want to welcome you. We're going to definitely talk to you the most. And some of you are seasoned. You've been here for 6 months, 10 months, or whatnot. And we definitely want to talk to you as well. So we're going to give you guys what we believe is what Van and I do every single day, which is staying in phase one. We truly are in phase one. We're not just telling you what we're doing. We're truly are doing what we're saying we're doing, which is going out there and we're building a business. And I think a lot of times people ask us, so what tool are you showing or what video are you sharing? And I think those things are truly irrelevant because depending on your team leadership, you have your own set of tools and how it's being conducted. But we're going to give you kind of like the little one percenters of what we're doing literally on one page. And this is all we're sticking to. And we built a business that we believe that every single person can be excited to that hopes to achieve. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share screen. I'm going to share the notes. So thank you for ChatGPT because we actually asked ChatGPT to actually just simplify everything in one page because we know everyone always asks us, can you send us the notes or can you actually send us the slides or something? And so we figured, okay, let's just be prepared and be able to have this ready for you guys, okay? So phase one versus phase two. So today's topic is really about how to never lose momentum in your business. So we're going to go right into phase one, which is builder mode, where growth happens. So this is the mode that creates momentum. It brings in new customers. It brings in new leadership into your business. And again, these are things that Van and I we sat down this past week and we asked ourselves, what are we doing every single day that's growing momentum? And these are the things. Number one, we actually keep it really simple by focusing on the flagship products. Now, some of you guys have worked with Van and I a lot. We know that Ollie Life has amazing products. We can talk about the hydrogen water bottle, or we can talk about the air purifier and stuff like that. But anyone that works with Van and I knows that we don't really talk about those products. If people want to discover that for themselves, they can over the duration of their experience within the ecosystem. But Van and I, we actually focus truly on the flagship products. Now, these are the flagship products to keep it really simple. P90, P90 Plus, the Shaken Massager, and the Galaxy G1. Now, those are the only four that we focus on, but believe it or not, I'm going to even make it even more simple for you guys. Van and I, when we're out there personally prospecting, we're doing curiosity posts or we're piquing people's interests, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. When we're doing all that stuff, when someone is saying, okay, I'm ready to get started, what should I do? Van and I only promote one thing. If you have to pick one product, P90 Plus. Now, all of you might pick another product or whatever the case is, but Van and I, we're just teaching you a philosophy is at the end of the day, the whole business is really as simple as what we're saying. It's like, hey, just pick one product and just promote it consistently over a sustained period of time. That's all we're trying to tell you. But what if I want them to buy this and that? Don't worry about it. Get them to fall in love with one product. For us, it's the P90 Plus. Get them to use it. Get them to create their own story. Get them to experience every single nuance of that P90 Plus. And at that moment, they can decide on their own what they want to do. That's how you create residual income here. Because a lot of people, I just got off a phone call earlier with someone that says, Tuan, I don't understand what the residual income is. Like, I'm so used to a company that has a consumable product that after you run out of the supplement, they have to reorder it every single month. But that is something that we've been spoon-fed in this profession. But if you look at technology, whether you're an Apple user or you're a Samsung user or something that has to do with Android, you don't usually switch from iPhone to Android, or you don't ever switch from iPhone to a Samsung. Usually, if you're an iPhone user, you're going to stay with iPhone. If you use a Samsung, you usually stick with Samsung. for Van and I, we've been Apple users for shoot like 2 decades. We have a MacBook Air, we have a MacBook Pro. Our daughter has a MacBook Pro. We have an iMac upstairs. We have iPads. We have iPhones. We spent over $50,000 to Apple. That's residual income. And if you look at even go with ChatGPT, if you research on the top successful companies in the world, did you know that nine out of 10 companies are technology companies, and six out of those nine have a device involved around them? Guys, we are in the right space, and there's residual income, but you got to keep it simple. You want to share anything about this, about number one?
No.
Any stories? Nope.
No, I mean, guys, everything that we're going to share with you, because so many people sometimes scratch their head and go, how do I stay in momentum? Well, phase one, this is where momentum is at.
Got it. And then so number two, guys, is become a master storyteller. Guys, honestly, I'm not even that good at storytelling. I share the same story over and over and over. I need to learn more stories, but you know who's really good at it? Van. There's not a day that goes by that I hear Van share new stories. And she actually builds a monster business when she does it, when I hear her do it.
So I'll tell you guys, this is how I share my story. And if you guys know my personality, I'm not into hype. Sometimes I can sound hypey when I train because I get really excited and passionate. But I'm not a hype person, guys. I don't share exaggerated testimonials, and I don't think it's necessary because people just want to hear the authenticity in your story. And so when I share stories, sometimes there are miracles. I call them miracle stories, but not everybody has it. And then I then share my own testimonial and I tell people, I'm actually fairly healthy. I don't deal with a lot of ailments. However, I did have something, well, I still have it where it causes numbing to my leg. And I had to use the device for 5 months consistently in order for me to actually notice that when I do have a flare up, it takes one use of the P90 plus, it goes away. And why is that so powerful is because they can hear it in my voice that I truly stand behind the product, not because I had this one hit wonder of a story that I got on and it just solved all of my problems. Because what happens is when you put that type of expectation into people's minds, when they use it for the first time, they're excited, they're anxious, they're like, they're waiting for this miracle to happen. And then they go, oh, I didn't really feel anything. I felt warming of my ankles. But guys, you oversold it. And so when I share stories, I go through the Telegram, the Facebook, whatever you guys have set up for your team. I read the stories, but then I always give the disclaimer. However, everyone's results are different. This is something you want to consistently use. And guys, I will tell you what the most effective storytelling that I've been doing. It's actually Katrina's video. If you guys haven't seen it, thank you, Katrina, for sharing your blood analysis video. It is the most effective 20-second video ever. And that is the best story ever shared because I just tell people this is what it does to the blood when you use the device.
Yeah, and guys, I'm telling you, if all you did was be able to share stories like constantly, you're going to build a very successful business here. So, number three is simple sharing system. Now, guys, here's the thing. Depending on your leadership, you have your own system that's set in place. Now, everybody's under the umbrella of OlyNation. And to be honest with you guys, Van and I, we keep it really simple. We used to use that site. That's right there in front of you, eng.olynation.team. And again, guys, you may fall into like your leadership might have something. Use that. Okay, we're not trying to derail you from that, but ultimately, all the videos are essentially all the same. They all come from OlyNation. So our flow is very, very simple. We don't have a whole lot of time to share it with you, but the flow has to be very simple for it to duplicate. Van and I, we don't do anything that works. We do everything that duplicates. And the definition of duplication is it has to be able to grow away from you, without you, in spite of you, 1,000 miles away, 1,000 levels deep. A dud can do it to a stud. It has to be so simple that every single person can say, yes, I can do this. And so our flow is very simple. We pique people's interest. Piquing someone's interest is sometimes it's as simple as I hear Van do it all the time. Hey, I'm just curious, have you ever heard of PEMF before? And most people say, I've never heard of it before. What is it? The moment they ask a question, that leads you to the second step of the flow. Or it could be something like I like to do is I like to send a picture, which is like, hey, have you ever seen this device before? And I send a picture of the device. And they go, no, I've never seen this device before. What is it? Again, the moment they ask you a question, what is it? Then you move to the next step, which is sharing the story. Van's going to share with you a perfect example just today, I think, or yesterday,
today.
of someone that actually that she did it with.
So I want to show you guys because I get so many people that message saying, "Do you have a script?" I don't have scripts, guys. I genuinely just kind of I'm just a normal person. So I wish, because I know it's easy for some of you guys, but I feel like scripts make you sound robotic. But I want to give you guys this philosophy. I know it's kind of like TMI, but it's the best example that I always use. That some of you guys are like those people that get on dating apps and you book a date and then you open the door and then you just undress and go, "This is what I look like. Do you want to date me?"
Don't do it visually. You
Right?
don't do the
So
whole like that. You're
sometimes
giving
you guys,
visuals,
sometimes
babe.
I see that you guys do that kind of behavior where you just want to word vomit everything out all at once. But guys, when it comes to piquing interest and getting someone to actually want to learn about what you do, you gotta like reel them in, right? You don't just take off all your clothes and be like, do you like what you see? Because they're most likely gonna be like, "You're weird, bye." So I want to show you guys how I talk to people. So this person, she messaged me because I put a curiosity post out, right? Typically, I would message, or if I do some sort of curiosity post, she goes, "Hey, lady, what are you doing these days? What business venture did you start up?" What's so funny is I see some of you guys go, "I'm a part of Ollie Life and it focuses on PEMF terahertz. And I heard that this thing is supposed to vibrate your stomach and burn 10,000 calories in its first 10 minutes. And then what's going to happen is your stomach's going to go," right? You guys, I'm exaggerating, by the way. I've never heard anyone say 10,000 calories. I'm just saying that I see people word vomit everything out. But if you guys see how I am, I just go, "Hey, Becca, have you ever heard of PEMF?" "No, I've never heard of it." Then I send Katrina's video and I go, "It does this to your blood flow."
It's so simple.
"That's awesome. Is it a supplement?" "No, it's a frequency device." Then guess what she said? "Interesting. Do you have a video on the device?"
Done.
Products, OlyNation. How many of you guys can honestly say that you're the one that takes off all their clothes when they open the door? Like, guys,
I mean, I
yeah.
mean that's kind of TMI for real.
That's
Don't.
why I said TMI, but it's for fun, right? We're having fun, guys. I'm just saying, how many of you guys is that the analogy that I'm stating is that you don't actually reel them in and you just try to throw it all out there and you think that that's going to attract them because and I don't blame you guys. I know why you do it. It's because you're excited. You love the device, you love the company, you love the culture. I totally get why you guys do it, but you have to remember that these people, they don't know the culture. They don't know the people. They don't know the device, and they definitely don't know the company. So when you word vomit like that, they're easily able to tell you, "No, I'm not interested." But you notice in my interaction, I literally just go, "It's a frequency device." I mean, I could come off rude too, but she knows me. But I'm very short with my answers because my goal is to get her to keep asking me. And I ultimately showed what it was. It's a tool. I didn't explain it. I didn't voice clip her all this complicating presentation. I literally just sent a tool. So whatever your tool that you guys use, because I know every team has their own tool, use that. But just know that every person, if you can just get this part down, I promise you guys, this is the first part of staying in momentum.
Perfect. So hopefully we're hitting it home for you guys, right? So piquing interest, get them to ask a question, and then step number two is share your story. And again, guys, like if you don't have a story, then basically borrow a story that you can use until you get your own. And by the way, guys, this the best place to get stories is the Telegram testimonials, okay? If you don't know where to find it, don't worry. Van and I will show you where to find it in a few minutes. But yes, you want to share your story. Then number three, you share a tool. And then number four, use ChatGPT. Guys, this is the first time that Van and I, we've been in this industry for 20 plus years. This is the first time we're integrating AI into the flow of things, and it's making life so much easier. And sometimes when we think of AI, we think like, oh, I gotta be able to make it so sophisticated. No, remember, we are in the business of duplication. It's supposed to be very, very simple. And so most people, they know the name ChatGPT like the name Google. Every time you want to research something, you don't want to say, I got to research it. I mean, dude, how old are you? You got to say, I got to Google it, right? You don't say, I got to research it. That means like you're like 100 years old. You don't use the word research somewhere. I got to Google it. But then now people don't say Google no more. They say, let me chat GPT it. And why do people trust chat GPT more? Is because it takes all the data of decades and decades around the world, and they basically use artificial intelligence to narrow down more accuracy than just scattered data on Google. So, because PEMF has been in research for a long time, there's clinical trials. When you actually go on ChatGPT, when someone says, hey, you know what? This looks really interesting. What other benefits does this product do for me? Well, that's a good question. Let's go on ChatGPT and research. I've literally seen Van tell people going, hey, that's a really good question. Do you know about ChatGPT? They're like, no, I don't. I know it, but I never used it before. Okay, you need to download it. So she doesn't even search for them. She just goes over the phone. I need you to download it. And then they would download the app and they go, I have it ready. Now what? You see that search bar? Yes. Type down the question you just asked me. What are the benefits of PEMF? And she would tell them to read it to her. And after of reading it to them, like, wow, this is fascinating. Does it help with this, whatever this condition is? You know what? I don't know. I don't know that answer, but you have ChatGPT open already. Why don't you ask ChatGPT? And after all this research, they're like satisfied. But here's the best part about using AI or ChatGPT. It takes the uncomfortableness out of the equation. Getting an expert is uncomfortable sometimes. Being able to be the person that knows all the answer, that's very uncomfortable. So when you're using ChatGPT, it creates that validation for people so they can feel like they can do their research. Right? Very, very important. And then finally, afterwards, you want to be able to show them the testimonial channel. By the way, guys, you don't have to do this perfectly. It can be rearranged at any given moment. Some people, they take it too literal, like, okay, Tuan and Van said, I have to use ChatGPT first and then testimonial. No, hey, look, you can actually share your story, go meet with them, do a demo, have their foot on the device, and then while the foot's on the device, you can just show the testimonials and they might not have any questions. Don't go, wait, you don't have any questions? What questions do you have so I can use ChatGPT? No, that's not what we're saying. We're just saying that this is the flow, this is what is the structure, but you don't have to be so perfect about it. The whole goal is to keep it really, really simple.
Yeah, and I will tell you guys, because Swan and I, or I will call us the king and queen of simplicity, if you ever get to know us, like whenever people start complicating it, my brain goes, I love it, but it's too much, right? So we keep it so simple that I want to share with you another testimonial. I shared about this recently, but so my girlfriend, she messaged me. I talked about this in the past. Took about 4 weeks for us to kind of align. So then we go out to San Diego, we demo her, we keep the demonstration super simple. We pull up Telegram, we share testimonials, we played the video, and Tuan was doing the claw on her. Long story short, first try, she did not get an experience. Like she felt the warming of her ankles, but that was it. Then she called me back and she said, I should just buy the product because I think consistent use is where my results are at. She buys the product and then she gets it. Well, guys, you can see her testimonial in the Telegram. She's the one that says for use of the wand, the attachment to P90 Plus, her kneecaps she's able to see it again. She hasn't seen it in weeks. So guess what she does? For the past week, she's been texting me all the people that she's been demoing. Never once did I get a phone call, Van, can you come to San Diego and demo all my friends? No, Tuana and I had showed her where all the resources were at. So she was demoing them using the claw on them, letting them try the shake-in. She bought the goggles. And she texted me yesterday on the second try of this person. Again, we didn't overpromise this person she was going to get crazy results. So she's not overpromising any of her demos. That she texted me yesterday, this woman that was kind of scared about using the device, but she wanted to see how it would help her hand. She had cut it so deep that it went down to the bone, and she had a hard time opening her finger because it hurt. Well, two uses of the wand on her hand, she's able to comfortably open her hand, but she also has discoloration on her fingers. If you can see it, it's purple and blue due to poor blood circulation, 2 uses of the device with the attachment, she started seeing right in front of her face her fingers change in color. And my girlfriend said I should have took a picture right before she left because it looked even better than the after that she had sent me. Guys, this is what momentum looks like. Getting a ton of people to stay in phase one.
Perfect. Guys, let's go with number four. Number four is focusing on tier bonus qualifying. We hear all types of like goals that people do. Oh, I'm gonna go M6 or I'm gonna go M7 and stuff like that. Guys, we honestly just want to keep it really simple, and we only want to focus on tier bonus qualifying. So if you're a brand new person, you want to tier bonus qualify. What does that look like? Enrolling two people, two customers, two members, or a combination of both, one on your left side, one on your right side. When that happens, you're going to receive, yes, you're going to receive a direct sell commission, of course, but you're also going to earn your first tier bonus. And when someone earns their tier bonus, we want, as leadership, you guys, we want to recognize them. We want to be able to say, hey, congratulations, because what you recognize, you magnetize or you multiply. So if we keep on recognizing people who are earning their first tier bonus, you're going to multiply that behavior over and over and over again. So if you're brand new, you want to focus on tier bonus qualifying. If you are a team leader, you want to help new people tier bonus qualify, and you want to stay in that pathway consistently over a sustained period of time.
Well, let me just share the story about how important that is that we tend to get caught up in the ranks, and congratulations to all the rank advancements. We're really excited for everyone, kind of like your first step to moving towards higher goals. But we tend to forget that the newest people are really the lifeline and the blood to our entire organization. And so sometimes only focusing on the first rank advancement is daunting to a new person. So what Tuan and I are doing is we have a lot of new organizations that have popped. However, I just want to focus on this one specifically, that with this organization, we taught them the simplicity. They're all duplicating that. But what we were also showing them is recognition of tier bonuses. And so what was amazing was in the past 48 hours, guys, these are people that just thought they were going to be consumers, but then they came in, they fell in love with the product, and we recognize them every time they tier bonus. We're like, congratulations, you just hit your first tier bonus. And they were like, oh my gosh. They were like, what the heck's a tier bonus? And then we tell them. And then today, these people that don't know any idea how complicated, they don't even know how to go M1. This person tier bonus yesterday and turned around and helped that new person tier bonus before they even got their device. And this person chimed in and said, thank you so much. I can't wait to get my device. But she got recognized right away for tier bonusing because that's just the behavior that we're teaching this organization is instead of looking at M1, M2, M3, which is great. That's where the leadership is at. However, you can't go M1 if you're not tier bonusing. So we sit and we focus on helping new people get started, keep it simple, demonstrate tools, tier bonus. And we never get out of that mindset.
Perfect. All right, guys. So number five, you want to plug into the system. So what does plug into the system mean? You want to stay connected, you guys. So we are all we are all independent, but we work together interdependently, meaning like we all work together and we are responsible to stay plugged in for ourselves, right? You don't want a team that needs you to remind them to plug into a call. You don't need a team that reminds them to take a look, to come to an event. What you want to do is you want to make sure that each person takes responsibility of plugging themselves into the WhatsApp announcement channel, the Telegram announcement channels, and you want to make sure that every new person goes through the new member training. Okay. And so let me kind of walk you through what the new member training looks like. So Van is going to go ahead and go to the OlyNation.team. And then again, guys, if you are seasoned, you've probably seen this already, but over here on desktop version, you want to click on get started. And then you want to scroll down and click on, let's see here, English. And then this is going to pop up. Now, every single new person and Van and I are only going to tell you what we do, okay? Because everyone has their own style, but we want you to know that we are out there in the trenches with you guys. So every new person that we bring on board to the business, immediately, the moment they sign up, we know for sure that they are excited, but they have this crazy anxiety. Why do we know that? Because we had that feeling when we first get started in anything. Whatever you buy, you have this anxiety. Why? Because you have your highest level of like excitement, but you have your lowest level of knowledge, right? So your anxiety level is going to be high when your knowledge level is low. This is just fact on psychology. So how do you actually lower that excitement in like more grounded excitement and that lower that anxiety level by increasing the knowledge level? And we're not trying to say overwhelm a new person with, with confusion. They need to know the most important fundamentals so that they can, this is really important. They need to earn their money back. Okay. Every single person is walking a different path than us. We don't really know where they are, whether they worked hard for their money or that's their last bit of money getting started. Whatever the case is, they need to know that there's a pathway for them to earn their $1,000 that they put in. They don't want to know that's going to take 6 months. They want to know what's the fastest way I can do it. I need to have that roadmap. So this video right here in 25 minutes breaks it down for them. It's very powerful. And a lot of people ask us questions, right? Before I show this stuff, a lot of people don't know this, but this video is connected to a questionnaire. And this questionnaire is designed to walk them through each section of the Getting Started Right training. Once they go through this whole entire thing, there's a part here that says sponsors email. You, the sponsor who enrolled them, give them your email. Don't just send them there, give them your email. So that way, when it's done, you get a carbon copy of it and you can see why they're doing the business. What is their goal? How many people are they thinking of inviting to their grounding party? This is extremely very, very powerful if you can actually get really good at getting people to go through this process. It saves you time, energy, money, headache. I'm telling you guys, this is all Van and we promote, okay? Then there's questions that people ask us all the time. Hey, I don't know customer service's phone number. Did you know that the training video actually says there's the customer service phone number here? Did you know that the training video actually also shows the shipping? It also explains there's an announcement channel. It also explains there's a testimonial channel. Instead of you actually just one by one plugging each person in, just send them to the video and say, you got to watch the whole thing, take notes. And they will plug into the testimonial channel. They'll plug into the announcement channel. They'll have customer service. You don't want to be the person that they're calling and saying, hey, can you help me get in touch with customer service? And then you're spending all your time doing customer service instead of staying in phase one. This is how you lose momentum.
Oh, another thing is, guys, phase one is I understand that getting knowledgeable and getting educated is very important, but some of you guys stay too knowledgeable and you guys are over educating yourself and not doing anything because you feel you need to know everything before you take action. And I will tell you guys, that is called, what do we call it? Analysis.
Analysis through paralysis through analysis.
And that never makes money. So a lot of you guys on the line, if you feel like, well, I need to go through all of this and I need to know this and I need to do that before I can promise you by the time you're ready, most likely all your people get recruited because you were too busy analyzing, too busy questioning, too busy getting knowledgeable, too busy doing all these things. But the one that went out and took action and just messed up a bunch of times, that's me, guys. I'm a freaking analytical person. And I had to work past that weakness of mine. I was so analytical when I first got started. I didn't want to sound like I was going to mess up. I wanted to sound perfect. But guys, I got to a point where I realized sounding perfect and educating never got me any results because I would then find something else that I needed to educate myself on. So I realized the best people that perform the greatest are the ones that just get thrown in the pool, right? Like our parents, you say, like, you want to learn how to swim? Here, they throw you in there and then you got to figure out how to float, right? That's kind of how you want to do it in this business is that you're never going to know what's the right approach. What's the best way to do it? Where do I find this testimonial? Guys, you got your own testimonial. You don't need anybody else's yet. But yeah, of course, we have our Telegram. But I can tell you guys this, stop getting caught up on educating yourself so much because by the time you're educated, the opportunity is gone. Everybody recruited everyone already. And so you're going to get left behind. So try not to let that analytical brain go so wild because once you unleash it, You're never satisfied. There's more than enough data and proof of what we have. Use that. And when you're in the field, you will then discover what works and what doesn't work.
And then, guys, the last part is after plugging into the system is become M1. And M1, guys, is really simple. Is copy that and paste it in here.
Oh.
Yeah, so becoming M1. So M1 is very simple. 10,000 volume left, 10,000 volume right. This gets you one share in the bonus pool, and you reach your first rank advancement. And guys, it's this is something is like don't M1 is a great goal to focus on if you're new, but I will say this, just focus on tier bonus and then tier bonus over and over and over again. Eventually you get to the point where you become an M1, and then at that moment you achieve what I say is the most important rank in the entire company, because once you achieve M1, you just do it again. Help another person do the exact same thing, break another M1, then break another M1, then break another M1. But how do you break an M1? Focusing on the lowest common denominator, which is helping a new person get a tier bonus. So, guys, that is what we call phase one, staying in phase one. And phase one is the builder's mindset, always creating, always sharing, always expanding. And so now the question is, and this takes only 1 minute to explain because we want to bring Paul on. And again, guys, look, before I show phase two, phase one, guys, this is for if you're new, this is perfect. This is a great training for you because you're like, okay, I got it. I know what to do. Testimonials, check. I focus on the flagship, check. Get into activity mode, check. But you're good, okay? If you have been seasoned in this business, this is perfect for you. Now we want to switch mode for just 1 or 2 minutes, and we want to talk about phase two, which if you've been in the business for a while, then you may find yourself in phase two.
Guys, I hate this mode. I'm going to tell you, I loathe it. Like, I genuinely do not like this mode. I'm never in it. And I have to be in it in moments where it's important, but I never go into management mode. I don't like it. If anybody works with me, you know my attitude. If you bring me problems, if it's a customer service issue, go to customer service. I'm not going to be customer service. I'm definitely not going to be management. But I will tell you guys, being in management mode is the fastest way to death in your business, because when you're in management mode, you're not leading from the front. And many of you guys may agree or disagree with me, but I believe leadership is about going first. It's about showing the example of what you are doing in order for people to replicate it. Because how can you tell someone what to do or how to do it if you're not out there doing it? Right? You got to be the example. And I share this all the time with our kids. I tell them, don't drink soda, don't eat candy, don't eat junk. Our house is filled with soda, candy, and junk. Why is that? Because aside from me just telling our kids that this is not healthy, I don't ever want to deprive them from this life because that's what I live. I show them through my example of how I live that our kids know. I mean, Twan and I have been married 18 years. I think he's seen me only sip a can of soda twice in our marriage. I just don't drink soda. And that's how I teach our kids is that I will go first and I will lead a healthy lifestyle in hopes that that will inspire my kids to pick up the habit. I'm not one of those people that tell people, you need to go do this. And then I'm sitting there sucking on a can of soda, right? So, guys, you want to lead that way, that you want to go first. You want to be prospecting. You want to be piquing people's interest, sharing stories, building, what is it, tier bonusing people. But the moment you start managing people where you're like doing all the customer service stuff, you're fixing all their problems, and you find that 90% of your day is engulfed in team stuff and not personal activity, you're not demonstrating the right behavior that you're trying to attract into your organization. I've seen people get overly trained. They're so qualified. I mean, heck, they could be frequency experts, but yet they're not getting customers. They're not getting new distributors because their mindset is so focused on, I need to be trained. I need to be trained. Guys, that's management mode. That's 100% being in management mode. And I can tell you guys that I love learning. I love experiencing things. But when you overtrain my brain, I get anxious because my brain thrives off of like, oh, I just got a new recruit. Oh, I'm getting a new person started. Oh, I just helped this person tier bonus. Oh my gosh, I just got a new testimonial. Me and Tuan are addicted to that because we know that those are the activity that yield the results. And that when you focus only on phase one, and of course, I'm not saying don't help your team and ignore them. There's a time and a place for that. Obviously, when there's necessity of fixing a problem, I know to set that aside and get it done. And once it's tackled, go back into phase one. But I see a lot of people that build a team, whether they're M1, M2, and above. Then they start going into management mode and they go, mush team, mush, keep going. They stop doing what got them to M1 because, guys, I'm going to remind you this, and many of you guys may have heard it, maybe you guys don't know it, but we were always told by our mentors that the team that got you to the rank that you're at are never going to be the team that gets you to the next level because it's not about you. It's not about them. It's about the new people that are getting started. Just like how society works, if the death toll is higher than the birth rate, okay, what do you think is going to happen in the next decade? Depopulation starts to happen in society, okay? So if the death toll is higher than the birth rate, depopulation happens in society. That's the same thing in your business. If there are more people that are learning and growing and doing all of these things and getting trained, beautiful. You're prepared to be the expert in OlyNation. But if there's no new blood coming in, guess what happens to the organization? It's no different. When new blood's not coming in, it's no different what's going to happen. So that's why when Tuan and I think about our day in and day out, most of our day is on personal activity, whether we're helping a new person tier bonus or we're prospecting new people for ourselves or we're helping someone, finalize a rank. But very rarely are we in customer service. Anybody knows that if you text me anything customer service, I want to push you back to customer service because that's not my job. I don't empower you that way. The second thing is, if you come to me about a problem, I'll help you solve it, but I don't want to hear it again. Meaning, I'm sorry, guys, I'm a tough person because when it comes to success and it comes to excellence, my standards are really high. Like if I tell you what the solution is and you're open to it, go practice it. And if it doesn't work, then come back and let's plan to review. But I don't want to hear the same problems over and over again because it doesn't serve you, most importantly, to talk about it because that doesn't bring value to your life. It brings drama. But the second thing is, I don't want to hear about it because then it pulls me out of a space of inspiration. And that cannot be the best for you in the organization because my energy has to be at a certain level for me to perform at my optimal level.
So guys, we do appreciate being able to spend the moment on phase one and phase two. We believe that it's enough awareness for you guys to be able to understand how to take your business to the next level. And we wish we had more time, but what we want to do is we want to bring Paul on here and share some highlights on a few amazing things. And guys, first of all, some of you guys have never met Paul before, okay? And Paul is somebody that, guys, I mean, first of all, he's our sponsor, so we're thankful that he actually had uh, the courage to fight against what I believe that Van and I we were both very resistant of doing Ollie Life. I remember just, him just saying, hey, finally, just like getting us going, right? He's like, just introduce me to a few people and I promise you I'll do all the work. He just wanted to find some way just to get us activated. And, I remember just be able to introduce him to a few people. It was in my mind, it was like we just didn't want to do it, because we were just focusing on other stuff. We were just focusing on other businesses and other things that was at our moment was more priority than looking into Ollie Life. In fact, we bought the devices October of 2024, and we didn't even consider even looking at it until March of 2025. So think about that. And we didn't really even activate until June of 2025. So it was like it was a rough mental warfare for us, and we want to really give tremendous respect for Paul because he's a guy that doesn't give up.
No, he just didn't give up on us.
He doesn't. He just does. He doesn't.
No, he said it. The way you ignored him, he would have just blocked you and moved on with his life, but he made sure he didn't give up on us.
And and the thing about Paul, guys, is he's so humble. He's so down to earth. You would never know at all the type of income that him and his wife are making, because he never changes. He's super down to earth. He's super relatable. And guys, I would say that he's probably one of the most, in terms of network marketing, him and his wife combined bring a significant income that I would say they're probably in the top 10 in the company, right? In the industry,
No,
I mean.
top three of Asia, of all of Asia, I think.
So, and that's all of network marketing, you guys. So, we want to take our time, take ourselves out and bring Paul on, so that way he can give you guys some amazing updates and any closing comments as we wrap things up. So, Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you, Donovan, and good evening, everyone. I'm Paul. Uh, I see a lot of familiar faces. Great to see you again. So I just kind of got back from the Chinese New Year's. We just had our Chinese New Year's, and then last week I had a call with Brian, right? So, and then we started being busy with this new promotion that the company is coming out. Really soon, meaning by the end of March, they're gonna make an announcement. So what Brian loves is that before the company makes an announcement, he want to make sure that all the team knows, right? So this week we're gonna have two events in Taiwan, 1,000 each, because Brian's coming back to Taiwan, to share us on the details. And on the 17th, we're all going to Hong Kong to do another event in Hong Kong, for the promotion. So I'm not sure the exact details of the promotion yet because Brian's keeping a secret from me. But this is what he said. He said, Paul, let's run for another 3 years. I said, but and this is why what I asked him. I said, Brian, like me and you, we all maxed out the comp plan, right? And you say you want to run for another 3 years. He said, yes. With this promotion, everybody's gonna bank more, even though we maxed out the comp plan, but we're gonna help so many people, to change their life with the way what the company is gonna offer. So I'm very curious. I still don't know what the details is, but according from what I know of Brian, if he doesn't say things that he doesn't believe, that means if he said that this is gonna be big, then I believe in his, in his trust, in I trust his way of thinking. So, and this time is kind of different. I believe most people know last year, the promotion that we had was for North America, right? So last year, I've been doing my best to try to explain to Brian and to the company how the Western culture build business. Because in Asia, most people are built locally. If you're in Taiwan, most of your team will be in Taiwan or in Southeast Asia. It's all very close. So the way the company thinks and the leadership thinks, they always ship local. They always think about local. They never had a mindset about international, right? But so the January trip was very important. We had 100 leaders coming to Asia, showing the team, showing the corporate team, showing Brian, how everybody's from Europe, Hungary, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US, is everywhere. So, and because of this, right? So now Brian said, with this promotion in the future, with this company, everything will be worldwide. So it doesn't matter where you are now. The promotion that Brian's gonna announce will be a worldwide promotion, so we can build everywhere. All right. I think this is a very, very good news, especially for people that's in Australia and also in Europe. So this is the first part. There's gonna be the promotion is about fly-ins and remember, and I think I heard about condos. I'm not sure. I'll let Brian to talk about it. Maybe more condos. The past 100 is already given away to the first 105. So and then we're telling the company, hey, our US Canada leaders, they started slower, right? It's not fair. Can we do something extra for them? So we're not sure, but I think I heard something about condos, right? But we'll find out. And there's fly-in condo, and also there's gonna be some updates on the repurchase wallet. Yeah, so I believe Brian doesn't doesn't waste his time. So if he's willing to come back to Taiwan and go to Hong Kong, and he just got back from Japan, that means it must be something big. Then he want to share personally, right? So we are having our meeting on the 18th on Zoom. So while me and Brian is in Hong Kong on the 18th our time, which will be 17th your time, we're gonna have a Zoom call, and I will translate for Brian, and he will explain what are the promotions. So if you are M1s and above, because tournament had the Zoom is only fit 500 people. So if you are M1s and above, please put that in your schedule and join us on a call to get the first information. Before the company announces, we will know what the promotion is, right? So it's very exciting, and I'm very excited for what's coming up. And I'm super excited about Busy Bone too. Thank you to Honor Van. His name just brought me back to New Zealand to my teenager lives. Wow, Busy Bone, wow, that's amazing. So I'm very excited about the Anaheim event in June. I'll definitely see you guys here. I hope to see everyone there. And thank you to Honor Van for the training, because what they did back then, what they just did is exactly what we are doing in Asia. We are telling people all we need to do to focus on is get more people on the device. That's all we do. We don't do trainings. We don't do any other different trainings. All we train people on is how to demo the devices, right? So that's what I am also telling, because when he mentioned phase 1, phase 2, that's also something that I've been talking to my Asia leaders about in the past few weeks, because some people slow down, some people are still growing, and most of them that slow down is because they are managing. They are not going out there. They are doing too much trainings. They are in Asia, people love to learn, right? So they always have, every week they have this 1 day training on all the different things, leadership, and where in Oli Life, we don't need that, because all they need to do is make sure all their people go out there, share the story, demo the products, and the income that they see every day will actually excite them to go out and do more, right? So that's what I've been trying to, talk to some leaders who has slowed down about not to do that much training, focus on the work, focus on getting the news out there. Sure. Right. So thank you, Tuan Van, for the training. I think it's very good, and it's very helpful, and very excited about June. So, I really hope I can share more, but because I don't know the details on the promotion, so everybody will hear about it together on the 17th night, right? So that's from my part, and thank you, Tuan Van. I'll give it back to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. We appreciate it. So all the M1s and above on the 17th USA, 18th on the other side of the world for Asia, Australia. Guys, dial in so that Paul and Brian will drop all the details, and they will turn around and promote to the rest of the organization what this global promotion is going to be. But guys, we're done. Thank you so much for hopping on. We appreciate it. I hope you guys take this training to heart, go into the field, and just let more people experience the product and allow them to fall in love with the brand like how we all are in love with it, and give them the time that they need. But more importantly, I hope you guys get your tickets to go to the Ollie Life convention in June. If you guys want to meet Busy Bone, if you've never heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony, guys, you need to get on YouTube, get G with us, right? Some of you guys, I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
Get on there. They'll get you amped up, fired up. But more importantly, Busy Bone is such a humble dude. And when you guys get to talk to him, we got to talk to him on Zoom. And he's such a cool guy. And we cannot wait for you guys to hear his story and be inspired by never giving up, because somebody that was, I'm sorry to say, but he was molested, he was kidnapped, he sold drugs, and everybody judged him as a psycho, a drug addict, an alcoholic. But he went out and he built his brand, and he became one of the most successful rap groups in the 90s and the 2000s. So with that, guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening. We love you guys, and we appreciate all of your guys' time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.